Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. We are that closer to the weekend. Better yet, Final Four weekend. Hope you had a great Easter. I had a pretty good one. I had family in the whole weekend. We had a good time visiting. Haven't seen some of them in a while. Hope you had a good one too. That's why we didn't do a show. Family in Easter. Oh well. But we're going to go back, see how we got to this Final Four, which is UConn, Purdue, Alabama, NC State. Didn't see NC State in there, but hey, they did it. Since the first time since 83, I think that's what they said. First time since 83 when Jimmy V was their coach and they beat Houston there in the championship game. All right, so we got a lot to go over. Let's get it started. Before we start, though, hit that subscribe button wherever it is on your thing. So we mentioned the Final Four. Kentucky, they confirmed John Calipari will return next season. Kentucky just hasn't been the Kentucky we've seen last several years, but it is what it is in college sports. Pepperdine's Michael Ajay, I think I said it right, Ajay. He's going to transfer to Gonzaga. He brings 17 points, 10 rebounds a game to Gonzaga. Washington State Athletic Director Pat Chun, he's going to the rival. He's going to be the new athletic director of Washington. So probably some bad blood going on there, huh? Wisconsin and California, these are in no order. I just jotted these down as I saw them. Here's a football one. Wisconsin and Cal, they're going to play a home-and-home series in 2029 and 2030 in football. NCAA President Charlie Baker calling for a ban on college prop bets in states with legal sports wagering. Example of a prop bet, over and under, how many three-point shots a guy will make in a game, that kind of stuff. So he's calling for a ban on that. Longtime Syracuse assistant Jerry McNamara, he is Siena's new basketball coach, going from Syracuse to Siena. Youngstown State head coach Jared Calhoun, he's going to Utah State. He's going to be their new basketball coach. James Madison, they hired Morehead State's head coach Preston Spardlin. Hope I said that right. He's going to be their new basketball coach. Michigan, they are studying feasibility in adding women's hockey. All right, well, see how that works out for them. Iowa, they have hired an independent investigator to look into environmental and culture of the women's gymnastics program. Evidently, team members brought forward concerns about head coach Larissa Libby. No details were given. She has been their gymnastics coach for 20 years. This is from a few days ago, so then stuff may have come out since then. But anyway, Iowa is investigating their own women's gymnastics coach. Hey, this is pretty cool. Division II school, Minnesota State. Not the Minnesota State we saw in that show Coach 30 years ago, but Minnesota State, the real one. Third school in history to win both the men's and women's basketball championship in the same season. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool feat right there. So congratulations, Minnesota State. Oklahoma State, they have a new head coach. They got Western Kentucky's Steve Lutz. SMU hires former USC coach Andy Enfield. He was 11 years at USC, 5 tournament appearances, went to an Elite 8 in 2021. He is now going to SMU. Drake, they named Ben McCollum new basketball coach. He came from Northwest Missouri State. Iowa in the news again. This time their women's team, I think you saw it, they beat LSU to go to the women's Final Four. But the talk was about LSU not being out there on the court during the national anthem. Kim Mulkey, she has some explanation and stuff. Mulkey's a bizarre person. Great coach. Evidently she's a great coach, but she's just kind of a bizarre person, man. The things she wears on the court and things she says, and hell of a coach, though. I mean, you just gotta, I guess, take it all with a grain of salt and stuff. Anyway, Iowa, they're going to play UConn, and NC State will play South Carolina in the women's Final Four. Providence guard Devin Carter, he's declaring for the NBA draft. Washington State, they've hired David Riley from Eastern Washington as their new basketball coach. Florida Atlantic star guard Jonell Davis, he has entered the transfer portal and also declared for the NBA draft. The American Athletic Conference is targeting veteran college sports executive Tim Panetta as their next commissioner for that conference. Key word there, veteran college sports executive. Not hit of a casino like Pac-12 did, who basically destroyed a great conference. But this guy's actually got something to do with college sports. Northwestern, their motion to dismiss the $130 million wrongful termination lawsuit brought on by former coach Pat Fitzgerald, denied in court. So it looks like a possible trial date for 2025 for Coach Fitz to try to collect his money from all that stuff that happened last summer. Memphis football coach Ryan Silverfield gets a new $5-year deal worth $2.45 million a year. So $2.45 million a year, 5-year deal. They like what he's doing there. This I'm not really sure how to feel about. Fox Sports and AEG will launch a new 16-team postseason tournament next year, March 31st through April 6th in Las Vegas. Big 10, Big 12, Big East will automatically get two bids or two berths in that selection because they are carried by Fox Sports. A committee will select the other teams. This is for all the teams that don't make the NCAA tournament. And I'm wondering if it's for teams that maybe don't even make the NIT. Which, like I said, I don't know how to feel about this. You already got the NIT for teams, good teams that didn't qualify for the NCAA tournament. This seems just like a third, fourth tier. So, I mean it may have some good games, but I don't know. Right now, I just look at it, I'm like, really? But probably a way for them to make more money. I mean, isn't that what the world's about, making money? Detroit Mercy, they have hired Michigan State assistant Mark Montgomery as their new coach. Detroit Mercy won maybe only 2 games this year. I think they only won 1, but they may have won 2. I forget, being a few weeks back. All right, so like I said, because of Easter, we didn't do a show, so we're going to go back a little bit. Actually, just a week, because I spilled my water all over the place. UConn beat San Diego State by 30. I did not see that coming. I figured it'd be much closer than that. UConn had 21 more rebounds in that game, 20 points off of turnovers, 20 points in the paint. Like I said, I thought San Diego State would be a much closer game. Thought North Carolina, I thought they would beat Alabama. Still got water all over the place over here. They actually led by 8 at halftime. Bama's Nelson, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 10 for 13 from free throw line. Griffin and Estrada, 19 points each. Sears had 18 points. Other than that, they're pretty even in most of the categories. Turnovers, rebounds, all that kind of stuff. But I really thought North Carolina would win that game. Thought Arizona would beat Clemson. I just thought Clemson was just on a good run and it was going to end. But no, they kept it going. Last 49 seconds of that game, if you saw it, kind of sealed the deal for Clemson in that one. I thought Iowa State would beat Illinois because Illinois is kind of like Kentucky. You didn't know what team you were going to get. We're going to get the good basketball program team we've seen, or you're going to get the sleepwalking team we've seen throughout the year. So I really thought Iowa State would beat Illinois. Illinois didn't sleepwalk in this one. They turned it on. They had 14 points off of turnovers and 5 less fouls than Iowa State. All right, so Thursday, baseball upsets. Number 1, Arkansas beat number 8, LSU 7-4. Arkansas Smith, 10 strikeouts in that game. Pitching for Arkansas, 19 total strikeouts. USC beat number 2, Oregon State 2-1. Miami beat number 3, Clemson 3-2. Number 11, Duke beat number 9, Virginia 9-4. Number 16, Bama beat number 18, South Carolina 4-3. UL Monroe beat number 19, Coastal Carolina 11-3. Lamar beat number 25, Oklahoma 12-10. Softball upsets. Number 1 OU beat number 24 Kansas 6-1. Number 10 Oklahoma State beat number 2 Texas 5-0. Number 5 Duke beat number 11 Virginia Tech 14-5 in 5 innings. Number 7 LSU beat number 12 Texas A&M 2-1, even though the Aggies had more hits in that game. Number 17 Mississippi State beat number 9 Florida 13-12. Mississippi State's Kennedy and Cook each hit 2 home runs each. Kentucky beat number 14 Alabama 6-3. Number 15 UCLA beat number 21 Oregon 5-3. Yeah, some of the lower ranked teams beat the higher ranked teams, so it wasn't really upset. But hey, I'll say if you're in the top 25, no matter who you lose to, it's an upset. That's what I think. All right, so moving on to Friday, number 1 Purdue beat number 5 Gonzaga by 12. I didn't know because remember this. People have been talking all year. Does Zach Edey have the supporting cast around him to win a national championship? That was my thinking the last few weeks, and especially going into that game Friday because team is good at Gonzaga. I was like, can Edey do it on his own? He had 27 points, 14 rebounds, so he came through. So, and they ended up winning by 12. So, I was kind of surprised that they did win. I figured Gonzaga would win that one. But, hey, congratulations, Purdue. Man, see if they can keep it going. This one, too, I wasn't sure about. Number 11, NC State beat number 2 Marquette by 9. I figured Marquette was going to win that game. Crazy how North Carolina gets beat out, but NC State's still going. That's just crazy. Number 2, Tennessee beat number 3 Creighton. I figured Tennessee would win this game. They had 10 points off of turnovers, so that helped them out a lot. And number 4, Duke beats number 1 Houston. I thought Houston would win this game, but Snead went out in the first half with an ankle injury, and then they went on a little run there where they only made 1 out of 10 shots, so that didn't help them either. So just some bad luck there for Houston there, and at the wrong time too. Too bad they didn't have the bad luck back in November or December, but anyway. Friday baseball, number 1 Arkansas beat LSU again. Number 8 LSU 4-3. Arkansas 12 total strikeouts. LSU, though, they did have 14 total strikeouts. USC beat number 2 Oregon State 17-4. Georgia beat number 5 Tennessee 16-2 in 7 innings. Collins for Georgia hit 2 3-run home runs. Number 6 Florida beat number 21 Mississippi State 7-6. Florida's Evans and Garrison each hit solo home runs. Florida had 13 total strikeouts. Number 9 Virginia beat number 11 Duke 7-3. Number 14 North Carolina beat number 12 Wake Forest 6-5. Pitt beat number 13 Virginia Tech 7-6. Despite Virginia Tech having more hits in that game. Number 16 Alabama beat number 18 South Carolina 13-6. Petruts for Bama 3-run home run, and Hess had 8 strikeouts for the tie. Texas beat number 23 Kansas State 21-11. 8 total home runs between both these two teams in that game. And Lamar beats number 25 Oklahoma 13-8. Good for Lamar. Softball, number 1 Oklahoma beat number 24 Kansas 17-0 in 5 innings. Number 2 Texas beat number 10 Oklahoma State 2-1. Number 5 Duke beat number 11 Virginia Tech 6-5. Arizona beat number 6 Stanford 11-3 in 5 innings. Number 7 LSU beat number 12 Texas A&M 5-1. LSU's Lynch 6 strikeouts in that game. Number 9 Florida beat number 17 Mississippi State 8-5. Florida's Erickson 3-run and 2-run home runs in that game. Number 15 UCLA beat number 21 Oregon 6-3. Boston College beat number 16 Clemson 4-0. Slick for Boston College 2-run single in that game. Utah beat number 19 Cal 7-4. They did play a doubleheater. Cal won the second game 1-0. And Iowa State beat number 21 Baylor 3-2. Moving on to Saturday, basketball, UConn beat Illinois by 25. UConn went on a 30-0 run in that game. Pretty incredible. I wasn't sure who was going to win this game, but I did expect Illinois to play a lot better than they did. But well, that's the way it goes, huh? Alabama beat Clemson. I figured they would. Close game, though, all the way down. Really was. Alabama, 16 3-pointers. That helped out in that one. Saturday baseball upsets. Number 11 Arkansas beats number 8 LSU again, 7-5. Arkansas sweeps the series. The defending national champion LSU Tigers baseball team. Man, the weekend before, only won one game out of the Florida series. Arkansas sweeps them this past weekend. Lost to Southern Monday or Tuesday night. I forget. We'll go over it. Then they got Vanderbilt this weekend. Things are not looking good right now for LSU baseball. They really, really aren't. I root for them. I'm an Aggie fan first, but I root for LSU second. My wife graduated from LSU, so when I see them screwed up like this, I'm like, what the hell? It's not going to get any better or any easier this weekend with that series with Vanderbilt. So, number 21 Mississippi State beat number 6 Florida 12-2. Hushak, I think that's how you say it. Mississippi State, 2-run home run, solo home run, and a 3-run double. Hell of a game for him. Jordan hit 2 solo home runs for the Bulldogs also. Number 11, Duke beat number 9, Virginia, 7-4, despite Virginia having more hits in that game. Number 14, North Carolina beat number 12, Wake Forest, 10-6. Number 18, South Carolina beat number 16, Alabama, 9-8. Texas beat number 23, Kansas State, 6-3. Thomas and Powell for Texas, each hit solo home runs. Moving to softball on Saturday. Number 1, OU beat number 24, Kansas, 7-3. Number 10, Oklahoma State beat number 2, Texas, 3-0. Number 20, Arkansas beat number 3, Georgia, 3-2. Arkansas's Ellis, 3-run home run in the first inning. Number 5, Duke beat number 11, Virginia Tech, 5-2. Number 7, LSU beat number 12, Texas A&M, 9-3. Newland for LSU, grand slam in that game. Number 9, Florida beat number 17, Mississippi State, 7-6. Florida's Brown and Erickson each hit 2-run home runs each. Kentucky beat number 14, Alabama, 4-3. Hamilton for Kentucky. She had a 2-run double. Utah beat number 19, Cal, 3-2. South Alabama beat number 23, Texas State, 3-2. All right, moving to Sunday basketball. Purdue beat Tennessee. Going back to the whole surrounding people around Zach Edey, I really thought Tennessee was going to win this game. No, they did not. Edey, I guess if he doesn't have supporting cast, he says, screw it, I don't need them. 40 points, 16 rebounds. Tennessee did have 20 points off of turnovers, though, so it wasn't all bad for them. Not really sure about this next one. NC State beat Duke by 12. Duke, as we've seen, is just not the same Duke. That's why I thought Houston was going to beat them until Snead went out with an injury and all that stuff. But hey, give it to props, man. They beat them. NC State 13 points off of Duke turnovers, so that helped them out a bunch. Baseball upsets on Sunday. Number 6 Florida beat number 21 Mississippi State 4-3. Caglione, guy's on fire. He might be the best player in college baseball right now. 2-run home run, and he had 5 strikeouts. So he does everything. Number 14, North Carolina beat number 12, Wake Forest, 14-10. Softball upsets on Sunday. Number 3, Georgia beat number 20, Arkansas, 8-2. Goodwin for Georgia, 2-run double, RBI double, and an RBI single. Heck of a game for her. Auburn beat number 4, Tennessee, 4-1. Arkansas's Peralta, RBI triple, and Pinta, 7 strikeouts for Auburn. Monday, baseball upsets. We just talked about. Southern beats number 18, LSU, 12-7. Southern's Hawkins, 3-run home run. Alston, 3-run double in that game. Softball, number 20, Arkansas beat number 3, Georgia, 8-2. Gammill for Arkansas, grand slam and a solo home run. Utah beat Utah State 9-1 in 5 innings. Moving on to Tuesday. Baseball, number 12, East Carolina beat number 19, North Carolina State, 12-4. Starling for East Carolina, 2-run double. Williams had a 2-run single. UNC Wilmington, they beat number 20, Coastal Carolina, 6-4, even though Coastal Carolina had more hits. Coastal Carolina is, man, you don't know what you're going to get. They're losing to teams that they probably shouldn't be losing to late recently. You just don't know what you're going to get with that team. Softball, Furman beat number 17 Clemson 4-3. Furman scored on 2 fielding errors and a wild pitch. That's how they got it done to beat Clemson. Wednesday baseball, Georgia Southern beat number 22 South Carolina 8-0. Blancato for Georgia Southern, grand slam and solo home run. Nice game for him. Despite the score, great pitching in this game. Georgia Southern, 12 strikeouts. South Carolina, 17 total strikeouts. Had a near upset. Number 13 Alabama beat Samford 11-10. Bama had 3 errors in that game. Softball, Southeast Missouri beat number 11 Missouri 1-0. Number 23 Texas State beat number 21 Baylor 6-1. Even though the Bobcats had 3 errors, they still won that game. So this weekend, while you were waiting for the Final Four, some good baseball and softball matchups. Keep a lookout for them on TV or online or wherever. Number 10, North Carolina versus number 15. This is baseball first. Number 10, North Carolina versus number 15, Virginia. Number 13, Alabama versus number 17, Kentucky. We just mentioned it. Number 7, Vanderbilt versus number 18, LSU. Like I said, don't get any easier for the Tigers. Number 3, Texas A&M versus number 22, South Carolina. 19-8, Kansas State versus number 25, Central Florida. Number 21, Wake Forest versus number 11, Virginia Tech. And 23-6, Georgia versus number 23, Mississippi State. On the softball side, while you're waiting for the Final Four to start, number 9, Washington versus number 22, Oregon. I do believe that's a night game, right when the Final Four is on. I have to check again, I think. 21-15, Ole Miss versus number 15, Alabama. 26-7, Penn State versus 22-13, Nebraska. 22-11, Arizona versus 20-15, Utah. Number 13, Virginia Tech versus 19-16, North Carolina State. Number 3, Virginia versus number 4, Tennessee. I think that game's around noon somewhere, if I remember right. 24-10, North Carolina versus number 2, Duke. Number 11, Missouri versus number 19, Arkansas. Number 16, Mississippi State versus number 25, South Carolina. Number 6, Oklahoma State versus 22-14, Houston. 23-12, Kentucky versus number 14, Texas A&M. Number 7, LSU versus number 10, Florida. I believe that game starts at 5. I think it does. And this one I know for sure. Number 1, Oklahoma versus number 5, Texas. That starts like 7 or 8 at night. I'm like, why would y'all schedule that right in the back of Final Four? I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, so that's it. Stay busy. Friday's tomorrow, then the weekend is here. We'll be back on Sunday to wrap up the Final Four, what happened in baseball and softball, and then to preview the national championship game. So, stay busy. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.